Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jay, and we are at From Heroes to Icons. This is our must-have comic book pull list. We're looking at the comic books for September 23rd, hopefully, as the date of this recording, and you're listening to it. Life finds you doing well. We're gonna run through some things real quick, and I really wanted to do a video concerning comic book runs. And why don't we get some of these super famous artists doing long comic book runs for pretty much the big two? And I think it was maybe a week ago or so, Critical Thinking had a really good discussion on the old comic book runs and why we don't see that a lot with modern comic books. And I'm really talking about just the artists themselves doing more than 3 or 4 books at a clip. And I know back in the days we used to see, 30, 40 issues go on at a time. And it's very rare that you get to even see an artist do a run for 12 issues. I think the last artist that did that consistently was Brian Hitch, and that was on that new Hawkman run with Robert Venditti. But we'll discuss that at a later date. We're looking to try to have 2 to 3 videos a week. We are currently trying to schedule a live video for every Thursday called the day after New Comic Book Day, pretty much where I showcase the books that I got on New Comic Book Day, if I'm able to get to the comic book store on Wednesday, as well as whatever I want to talk about. And I know last week I did a video, it was late at night when it came on, like 9:30. Thank you for everybody that came on the live with me, and I showcased some of my Chinese comic books and stuff like that. And I want to do I wouldn't want to call it a haul video, because I'm not doing an unboxing or anything, but I want to showcase some of the books that I have in my Chinese collection. But anyway, as last week, we're going to try to put these books all together. The Indies, Image Comics, and the books from Boom Studio. I'll lump them all together. There's not a lot that I'm showcasing this week, so I'll put them all together. So we're going to start off with that. We have Dead Body Road, Bad Blood #4 by Justin Jordan and Ben Tesma. We have Power Rangers, Dracon, The New Dawn, #2 by Anthony Birch and Simone Ragzani. Cover A is by Jing Jeong Yoon. Montes is doing the foil cover for cover B. And Undolfo is giving us the card cover, which is a 1 in 10 incentive. Gideon Falls #25 by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. Sorrentino is doing cover A, and Frank Avella is doing cover B. The Undiscovered Country #8 by Snyder Soul and Kamikoli. Kamikoli is doing cover A, and Stegman is doing cover B. Win #4 by James Tinian IV and Michael Dialanis. Dialanis is doing cover A, and Pete Shimomoko is doing a 1 in 25 variant for cover B. Next up, moving over to DC Comics, we have Action Comics 1025 by Brian Michael Bendis and John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. is doing cover A, and Lucio Perillo is doing cover B. Aquaman #63 by Jordan Clark and Marco Santucci. Robson Rocha is doing cover A, and Tyler Kirkman is doing cover B. Batgirl 49 by Cecil Castellucci and Robbie Rodriguez. Cover A is by Giuseppe Camicoli, and cover B is by Mirka Endolfo. Robbie Rodriguez has been doing his thing on these Batgirl books. I'm quite pleased with that, even though it's ending. Batman Beyond #47 by Dan Jurgens and Sean Chen, another book that is ending. Cover A is by Dan Mora, and cover B is by Francis Manipool. The cover for the last issue of Batman Beyond by Dan Mora, it's going to be pure fire. Batman Superman number 12 by Joshua Williamson and Max Raynor. David Marquez is doing cover A, and Lee Weeks is doing cover B. Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal number 1 by Joshua Williamson and Eddie Barrows. If you don't know Eddie Barrows, get to know him. He's sick on the pencils. Cover A is by Howard Porter, and cover B is by Peach Momoko. Flash 762 by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter. Cover A is by Porter, and cover B is by In-Huk Lee. This is the final issue for the finish line, and that is the finale. Justice League Dark 26 by Ram V and Amake Nuhalpan, I believe. Cover A is by Yannick Piquet, and cover B is by Cale New. The Last God number 9 by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Riccardo Federici. That has one cover by Kai Carpenter. And this week, I thought the last issue was the last one, but that is not it. Shazam number 15 by Jeff Loveness and Brandon Peterson. Cover A is by Brandon Peterson, and cover B is by Francis Manipool. And this is the last issue of the current series for Shazam. Suicide Squad number 9 by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. Redondo is doing cover A, and Travis Moore is doing cover B. Last up now, we have Marvel Comics. And Marvel is currently putting a header over some of their comic books. And they're giving a rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. So many of the comic books, I believe, starting this week, will have the header over it. I don't know exactly which books, but be on the lookout for it. It says Rip Chadwick Boseman, and it has his birth date and his death date on it. All right, first book from Marvel, we have Daredevil number 22 by Chip Zdarsky and Francesca Mobley. One cover from that by Marco Cicchetto. Dr. Doom number 7 by Christopher Cantwell and Salvador LaRocca, and I'm only showing one cover for that. That's the A cover by Salvador LaRocca. Fantastic Four Antithesis number 2 by Mark Waid and Neil Adams. Cover A is by Neil Adams. Cover B is the Alex Ross Timeless cover, and cover C is by Daniel Acuna, which is a 1 in 50 variant. The Immortal She-Hulk number 1 by Al Ewing and John Davis Hunt. Cover A is by Joe Bennett. Cover B is the Alex Ross Timeless variant. Cover C is the DeMeo Empire variant. Cover D is by In-Huk Lee. And cover E is by Daniel Warren Johnson. The Juggernaut number 1 by Fabian Nicieza and Ron Garney. Ron Garney is doing cover A. Scotty Young is doing cover B. Cover C is a variant by Ron Garney. Cover D is by Miko Suyuan. Cover E is by Tyler Kirkham. Cover F is by Nick Bradshaw. And cover G is a brown and red variant. I guess you can draw on it. Maestro number 2 by Dale Keown, Peter David, and Jermaine Peralta. Cover A is by Dale Keown, and cover B is by George Perez. Marvel's X number 5 by Jim Kruger, Alex Ross, and Well B. Cover A is by Alex Ross, and cover B is a 1 in 25 incentive by Well B. J.J. Abrams' Spider-Man number 4, finally, by J.J. Abrams and Henry Abrams and Sarah Pichelli, and it has one cover that I'm showing, and that's by Oliver Copel. Spider-Man Noir number 4 by Margaret Stoll and Juan Ferreira. That has 2 covers, I believe. Ferreira is doing cover A, but I have no idea who is doing that. Fire! Cover B. Spider-Woman number 4 by Carla Pacheco and Perry Perez. Cover A is by Jin Jun Yoon, and cover B is by Elizabeth Tork. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 5 by Ethan Sachs and Paleo Villanelli. Cover A is by Lee Bermejo, and cover B is the Chris Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant. True Believers, we have 2 this week, a Captain Britain book and an X-Men book. And Tales of Suspense 29 Facsimile Edition, which I believe is the origin and first appearance of Tony Stark, Iron Man. Last book from Marvel, and a book I've been waiting for. Ten of Swords, Creation #1 by Hickman Howard and Pepe Larraz. Cover A is by Pepe Larraz. Cover B is by Russell Dodderman. Cover C is by Mercado. Cover D is by Miko Suyuan. Cover E is a 1 in 10 design variant by Pepe Larraz. Cover F is the Mark Brooks wraparound cover, and cover G is by Peach Momoko. Alrighty then. Now we have for the covers of the week, Suicide Squad #9, cover A, that is by Rendondo. The Juggernaut #1, the Miko Suyan cover. Both of the Alex Ross Timeless variants, both of She-Hulk and the Silver Surfer. And Ten of Swords #1 by Mark Brooks. And I didn't show this book, but it is my cover of the week. The Sacred Six #3, the Perillo variant. Hold that. For our books of the week, we have The Juggernaut #1 by Nessieza and Ron Garney. Daredevil #22 by Zdarsky and Mobili. Flash 762 by Williamson and Porter. And that is the finale of the Finish Line storyline. And I believe the last book for Joshua Williamson. Dark Knight's Death Metal, Speed Metal #1 by Williamson and Burroughs. And our book of the week is Ten of Swords #1 Creation by Hickman, Howard, and Larraz. All right, folks, pretty heavy week, especially for Marvel. And pulling out all the stops. I believe next week is a super duper heavy week also. And be on the lookout for a lot of books. Pre-order if you can. Don't forget to pick up your previews on the week of the 23rd. And that is it from Jay, and I will catch you at the next time. Well, messed that up. See you at the same bat time and at the same bat channel. Peace.